This is the fourth in a series on war. So, something that most civilians don't know is that for every combat soldier in the field, for every airman in the air, for every sailor aboard ship in harm's way, there are in each service roughly 8 people in support for the ones that are on the front line, so to speak, period. I was one of the 8. I was trained for warfare to be a swift boat captain in Coronado, California. My training was quite extensive. I learned way too many ways to kill someone. I learned about explosives, rocket-propelled grenades, bazookas, a lot. But my deployment was scheduled for 2 weeks from graduation, and at that time they were drawing back the troops in Vietnam for some reason, even though it would be a while before the war was over. So I was never deployed, trained, but never deployed. So I spent my last 2 years on a destroyer tender. A destroyer tender's job is to repair other ships that either got broken through use, age, or in combat. And we were in the Philippines during our Western Pacific tour. It was called a Westpac. And the worst one that we had to work on was a destroyer that had a gun mount, which is a large turret with a gun, explode with the men inside it. And they brought it to us to fix it. So the people that are in support, they're trained how to fight, but they're often never at the front. There are supply people, purchasing agents, people that repair trucks, airplanes, ships, in my case, medical staff, dental people. Even in warfare, you have people that have dental problems and they have to be fixed. So people that put up tents, people that build housing, people that build commissaries and build barracks for the soldiers. It's just a huge list. If you can imagine a city and everything that's required to take care of it, you can see how many people would be involved. So what we do is important because without us, the soldier in the field becomes isolated and they do not have the supplies that they need to do their job. So that's pretty much what that is about. Logistics is a word that you'll hear applied to it. My father was in the war. He was a pilot and he was on the front. My mother's father was in the Navy the same way that I was, and he was the yeoman to the captain of a troop transport ship during World War I. He made 17 Atlantic crossings. That's a lot, 34 trips across some of the roughest water in the world. And the yeoman is like a secretary. So they were never in combat, but they were transporting troops over to the war zone in Europe during World War I. My grandmother on my father's side was also in World War I, and she was at the front as a nurse in France. So we have quite a history both support people and combat people. And someday I'll tell you even more. That's it for today.